One week, FTX was crypto's safest empire. The next, it collapsed. Millions of users, $32 billion gone. Backed by celebrities, politicians, and the smartest money in Silicon Valley, it powered markets worldwide. But behind the balance sheets was a mirage, an illusion hiding a quiet heist. This is the story of how Sam Bankman-Fried, the founder of FTX, fooled everyone. Sam Bankman-Fried, the founder of FTX, didn't look like a typical billionaire. Messy hair, t-shirt, shorts, he spoke softly and promised something simple.
We are committed to building the most trusted financial products.
Crypto, but safer. FTX launched as a crypto exchange. Think of it like a bank for digital coins. You put money in, you trade, you trust the system. And it grew fast. Really fast. FTX sponsored stadiums, ran Super Bowl ads, partnered with celebrities. Investors poured in billions. Sequoia, SoftBank, big names. Soon, FTX was called the safest place in crypto. Sam became the face of responsibility, the adult in the room. But behind the scenes, something was off. Here's the part most people missed. FTX wasn't just one company, it was two companies, separate on paper, but deeply connected behind the scenes. One was FTX, the exchange, the bank. The other was Alameda Research, a trading firm, a gambler. Customers trusted FTX with their money. They believed it sat safely in accounts, untouched, waiting. But Alameda was losing money, big money, and instead of failing, it was quietly rescued by FTX. FTX secretly allowed Alameda to borrow customer deposits. That's the core trick. Imagine a bank letting its best friend take money from the vault, without asking customers, and without limits. But it gets worse. To hide this, FTX created its own token, called FTT. They printed it themselves. They controlled the supply. They decided the price. Then they did something dangerous. They told investors and lenders, this token is valuable. They used FTT as collateral, like using monopoly money to get real loans. So Alameda borrowed real money, using FTX's own made-up token as security. On spreadsheets, it looked fine. In reality, it was circular. FTX backed Alameda. Alameda propped up FTT. FTT inflated FTX. A closed loop, no real foundation. As long as no one pulled their money out, the illusion held. And for a while, no one did. Because FTX felt safe. Clean branding, big investors, public praise, no alarms, no audits anyone could understand. Until one day, someone looked closely. The collapse didn't start with a crash. It started with a question. A report revealed Alameda's balance sheet, and most of its value came from FTT, FTX's own token. People realized something terrifying. If FTT fell, everything fell. Confidence disappeared overnight. Customers rushed to withdraw billions, but FTX didn't have the money because it had already been lent out, spent, gone. Withdrawals stopped. Within days, FTX filed for bankruptcy. $32 billion in paper value evaporated. Then came the aftermath. Sam Bankman-Fried went silent. Then reappeared, giving interviews, talking fast, admitting mistakes. Authorities didn't buy it. FTX's new CEO said the system showed a complete failure of controls. Soon after, Sam was arrested, charged with fraud, conspiracy, misusing customer funds. The image collapsed too. From crypto genius to cautionary tale. FTX fooled people because it didn't look evil. It looked boring, professional, safe. The lesson isn't about crypto, it's about blind trust. When systems get complex, people stop asking simple questions. Where is the money? Who controls it? What happens if everyone leaves?
Complexity discourages curiosity.
FTX wasn't a glitch. It was a warning. It was a reminder that when money, trust, and power mix, and no one checks the foundation, even the biggest empires can disappear overnight. If you want more stories that explain how big systems break, subscribe. Because the next collapse might already be building.